We need to talk about video game length. There's something intrinsically weird and wrong with conflating a game's value with its length or the sheer density of things to do in it. Hi there, I'm Fuego and this is Fuego Gaming, and here we talk about all things gaming, from the industry to the games themselves and the people who play them. Please hit the subscribe button if that sounds like something you'd like to follow, and of course hit the bell icon and all that other good stuff to please the algorithm. That aside, let's get into it. We've all been there, right? You get a shiny new game from your local games retailer or the digital storefront of your choosing, and you boot up a shiny new title. You fervently play through 3, then 6, then 12, then 14 hours of it that weekend, and all is rosy. You keenly pack it in on a Sunday night after reaching a major story point, and you decide that you'll finish this banger off next weekend. Things are going great. It's been a month of slogging, questing, fetching, and fighting, and that story beat that you thought was the apex of the story is a mere footnote. You've sunk 70 plus hours into that game and leveled up to become an untouchable super being. You exit to your dashboard and watch a YouTube video and glance at your game's stats page. It says you've completed 60% of the game. 60%. You immediately tisk the stat, and before you know it, it's been 6 months and you haven't touched that game since. That's the last you remember of your time with the game. There's a completely silly and borderline hilarious thing going on with gamers and companies these days, where longer is always better, bigger is better, denser is better. But the truth is that unless you're completely invested in a game or its franchise or the world it's building, most people aren't clocking the 300 hours of playtime it takes to completely finish any game. And the point of this monologue really is that it shouldn't be a standard to have a game be 70 plus hours long. Now, before you Skyrim, Fallout and other RPG fans come for me, I'm not saying that games that get a high playtime out of you are a bad thing. They're not. I play The Witcher and I still enjoy it without having completely 100% finished it. That's fine. What's not fine is gamers losing their heads whenever a game is announced, and during developer deep dives, they hear it should take about 20 hours to complete everything. Shorter, more focused experiences are great when they're done right, just like dense, open-world, objective-laden experiences are. Simple. To be honest with you, I don't really enjoy the idea of having to sink over 100 hours into anything just to see the end of it. I appreciate games like Journey, Abzu and more that tell their stories and give gamers the experience in 2 hours or less. I appreciate games like 2019's Modern Warfare, which told a tight, tense story with gritty themes and settings and pacing not unlike a movie, and I was done with it in about the time it'd take to watch 2 feature films. I read an article recently whose writer felt hard done by after having played a game right after sinking weeks into Red Dead Redemption on the PS3. His argument was that devs should state beforehand how long it might take to complete a game's campaign on the tin, because no one wants to waste money on a shorter experience. I have one thing to say to that: quality over quantity. There's no way in hell anyone can tell me that 2018's God of War isn't as valuable or worth the money over something like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, or Black Flag, or Origins, or Ghost Recon. What? You get the point here. Determining whether a game is worth it simply because a sticker on the tin says that'll take you 150 plus hours seems incredibly reductive to me. Just wanting more game, as opposed to wanting polish, attention to detail, and a clear vision implemented throughout is fine. But to discount more streamlined games as being a rip-off is plainly unfair to devs and publishers who simply don't believe in padding their products out to get playtime up. In an engagement-obsessed industry like the video game business, that's something to be admired, not admonished. Now, just because I enjoy a more streamlined experience in games doesn't immediately make me part of the open world games are unnecessary camp, just like RPGs. Quite the opposite, actually. I believe that a good game has absolutely nothing to do with the length of time it takes to see or complete its main story or its side quests, in fact. The Witcher is a game in which I gladly went off the beaten path, exploring, tinkering, dying, and coming back for more. My older brother, who almost never plays open world titles, sunk almost 100 plus hours into Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. Now, the underlying link here? Systems, mechanics, and compelling gameplay. The Witcher went over and above and created side quests that, till this day, are unrivaled in AAA gaming and have gained CG Projekt Red an adoring legion of fans who stick with them despite their mistakes. If The Witcher had been a 20-hour romp through the continent focusing on nothing but the main story, it still would have been an amazing game. No one would have said that, "I can't believe I spent $60 on that short piece of crap." The overarching point of this Fuego Diary is simple, folks. Games don't have to go beyond a certain minimum length to warrant your investment in them. A 5-hour experience can deliver the same, if not even more satisfaction than a hulking 250-hour experience can. Sure, we all experience different things, but I think it's important for us to see value in the various offering that devs are giving us. To look at games like the Resident Evil remakes, Modern Warfare 2019's campaign and more and think, well, as a single-player gamer, I think I've just been ripped off, is something I think we can all agree is more than a little shifty. We all see value in different things, of course, but I'm here to tell you that you don't have to be glued to your controller for the equivalent of 5 straight days non-stop for a game to be considered good, worth its price tag, or respectful to its fanbase. What do you guys reckon then? Are you on the side of those who insist that more content is the only way to justify a full-price game? Or do you believe in the experience, polish and mechanics determining the value of a product? Let me know what your favorite bite-sized games and your top open-world epics are, and just let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hit subscribe to help me out, and if you enjoyed this edition of the Fuego Diaries, click like and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any future uploads from Fuego Gaming. Until the next video, whenever that is, thank you for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you lot around.